Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Coach Energy here. There is another submission, another question that was asked. There's not a lot of information given, so I don't have any details or any timelines or backstory other than just a little bit. So let me go ahead and ask the question and let's see if we can help out this person. So the question is, how do you deal with a guy that shuts down? The little bit of information that I have is he's an only child, and he's an only child, and he told me when things get rough, he shuts down to avoid hurting me. He is his own best friend. Excuse me. He is his own best and safe comfort. That's it. That's all I have. So I don't have any sort of timelines regarding like the relationship, if they're even in a true relationship or if they're just dating right now. Don't know if they're married or not. So we're just gonna let's take it. Let's see what we can do. Let's see how we can help. So, how do you deal with a guy that shuts down? And of course, this can go for anyone, male or female, guy or girl, as far as what information I will share. So ultimately, it's you have a choice, of course, to either deal with that person or not. So let's start there. If you, based off of what you've been able to experience from that person so far, as far as like how they handle situations, with the fact that they shut down to avoid hurting you, then you have a choice to either say, okay, this is something I could possibly deal with or not. If you know that you can't deal with it, okay, move on, case closed, right? But then let's say if you think that you can possibly work with it, work through it, or you're willing to at least try to see, then that's where we're going to kind of give a little bit more information now. So you really have to just, it's all about you at this point. You have to determine if it's something that you actually can deal with and for how long. So it's not just, yes, you can, but it's also about, okay, I can and for how long. So it's really about your level of endurance, your level of tenacity, your level of being willing to go through whatever the avoidance types of responses and or choices or actions that the person makes. And if that's going to affect you, if that's going to bother you, if that's going to possibly trigger something within you, you have to really do some self-reflection to do some self reflection and just truly get to know who you are and what you are capable and willing to deal with, because he is who he is. Let's just say it that way. He is who he is, and we have to make a decision, or I say we, you have to make a decision based off of, okay, if he never changes, if he doesn't change this aspect, this feature, this character trait about him, this personality trait about him, if he never changes, are you willing to deal with it for the rest of your life? And if you are, okay, cool. And you basically just will figure out ways of how to handle it whenever the going gets tough and the tough gets going. But if you when you're thinking about that question, and if you say, I don't know if I can handle that for a long period of time because of whatever the reasons are that are personal to you, then it may be time for you to make a decision. Um, Not to say that you all haven't had a conversation, because it seems like you all have had some sort of conversation, with the fact that he has given, he told you that, hey, when things get rough, he shuts down to avoid hurting you. But perhaps maybe deeper conversations and really intentional conversations can possibly help the two of you work together to work through that. Maybe getting the assistance of some sort of coach, counselor, or therapist can also help if the relationship is that important to both of you. And if both of you are willing to see if improvements can be made, as opposed to just, I don't know, I don't know if he's a person that may have just accepted that, nope, this is who I am, this is how I handle it. I don't want nobody to try to change it or change me, or is it something where he's like, oh, I don't like this about me. I would like to learn to handle tough situations better instead of just shutting down and avoiding it. So is he a willing participant to seek help? And maybe you all could do that together, and that could be a reason for if you decide to say, you know what, okay, he's willing, and we're gonna seek third party to assist us, to help us work through this, to give us some specific tools to handle those situations or conversations or whatever may come up. And okay, then you may say, I can work with this, and I this is how I'm going to choose to deal with a guy that shuts down. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's when dealing with anyone, or when learning something about someone that we are in a relationship with, or dating, or even married, when we learn something about them, it is at that point up to us to say, okay, can I deal with this? Can I handle this? Because we have to go into it as if, or asking ourselves, and as if this person may not change this thing about them. Is it something that's in that 80 versus the 20? What do I mean by that? How, a lot of people have heard about it or have said it before about the 80% should outweigh the 20%, or don't let the 20% outweigh the 80% that a person is, has or is doing. So is the fact that he shuts down, is that in an 80% category or 20% category? Is the fact that someone shuts down, is that a non-negotiable for you? You know, so for an example, like, I don't know if I want to use myself as an example. Yeah, I can. Um, like, I'm big on communication. And so someone that avoids communicating about something when things get rough, someone who avoids and shuts down, personally for me, that would I wouldn't be able to deal with that long term without the other person at least being willing to make some improvements or changes. And that has to be a decision that they would need to make, not something that they're making because I'm pushing for it or I'm asking for it. Like, I would want them to want to make the improvement or the change in that piece or that area, because I'm such a communicator. But also very respectful and understanding. So, we can work through it. But it has, for me, that would need to be something that is being willing to be worked on and worked through. So because I have that self-awareness about myself, that's just an example of what I was saying earlier. Like, people, we have to have self-awareness of ourselves. We have to know ourselves well enough to know, is this thing going to bother me? Is it going to be a deal breaker? Is it a non-negotiable? Is it something that I am that, hey, you know what, that doesn't bother me? Because I don't really like talking about tough situations, or communicating when things get rough myself, although I may not avoid it, but I I'm okay if I don't talk about it either. So that would be perfect. Those two people would be a great match, or a great combination, if they're able to work through their relationship and through things that way. So yeah, this one's going to be short and sweet. It's really just about you. How to deal with it. It's based off of you, and what is your level of endurance. How important is someone shutting down versus and avoiding, versus working through it and facing something head on and actually trying to tackle it and work through it to be able to get beyond it together as a couple, as a team. So, what are your thoughts? For everyone that is watching, what are your thoughts? Give me some of your feedback in the comments. Let's see how we can help this person with the question that they have. I've given my 2 cents. Also, if you see that this particular video could help someone that based off of a situation that they are currently going through or may have recently been in, then share this video with them so we can be a benefit to others. If you have a question of your own or scenario of your own that you would like to submit, please click the link in the description, Ask Coach Enrgy, and you can submit your question there. or your scenario there, and I will get it scheduled to be able to record and have my response uploaded here. And at the end of the day, we are here to help others. This is a learning channel, a teachable channel. And yeah, so at the end of the day, I'm hoping that is what I am doing. I'm hoping that I am helping at least one person with the videos that are going on. Feel free to subscribe if you want to subscribe. If you have any things that you yourself have a question about that you want to work on in your life or in a relationship, you can schedule some time on my calendar. Let's start off with a consultation. Go to coachenrgy.com. Again, my website, coachenrgy.com, nrgy.com, and you can book some time on my consultation calendar. And then we can work on and discuss whatever it is that you yourself may be facing or are dealing with. So until next time, I will talk to you all soon. Take care. Goodbye.